Good morning, everybody. So, again, a lovely day, a lovely set of IITD people we are with. And today we have a very beautiful speaker. Well, to introduce very much in brief about her, she is a marketing professional having over 20 years of experience in both domestic and international markets. She likes to interact with people, and of course, that is why we are here today for her on a personal level and connects very well with all age groups. Well, a helpful person by nature. So people look to her for support, an educator to the core with strong values, which are her guiding factors in her any of the ventures. We have this amazing entrepreneur, rather a speaker for the day, sharing her thoughts with us and point of views on how to lead a happy and a fulfilling life. I'm sure we will be having beautiful takeaways, Reena, from you. So I welcome you all from all on behalf of all of us. To over to you, Miss Reena. All the best. Thank you.
Very nice,
Well
Deepika.
said. Very nice, Deepika.
Well
Very,
done.
thank you, Deepika. Thank you
Very
so
nice.
much. I really am overwhelmed by your introductions. Thank you very much. So just give me a second.
Reena, I'm just going to mute all so it's helpful to you, and then you can unmute yourself, please.
Yeah.
Reena, you're on mute. Yeah.
Okay. So you all can see my screen now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So good morning once again to everyone.
Good
Uh,
morning. Good morning, Reena.
Morning.
a happy Sunday morning. I welcome you all on this bright, sunny Sunday morning over here in Mumbai, and I'm going to be your host for the session. Friends, I had been wondering all this while, how have you been coping with this pandemic situation and with the increasing workload all the while, along with increasing responsibilities, both at work front and as well as at home front? I mean, it is like, you're being stretched beyond your limits. So, isn't it?
Yes.
So, yes. So, friends, that if that is the case, then you've come at the right forum, because you and I are going to see how we are going to design and start a new kind of a life for you in just 3 steps. Yes, my dear friends, just 3 steps. That is how we'll be able to see at the end of the session what is this life that is going to offer to you. But in return for that, what am I going to get? So, as you know, there are no free lunches. There is one thing that I would want from you: your time, your very precious time. So, it's okay, fair enough. Am I
Yes.
asking for much?
Absolutely. We are all ears.
Yes.
We are all ears. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, here we are. Let's get ready to start a new kind of a life. I think there is, just give me a minute.
Don't worry, Reena. I'm stopping your time. Once you start, I'll restart.
Yeah, Yeah, 1 second. There is
Sure.
some
That's okay.
penalty.
That's okay. I've stopped your time. Don't worry.
Can you tell us what you're facing?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, because I think there was a hang.
Okay.
One of my slides just was not moving.
Purvisha is on the platform. Maybe you can tell.
पीपीटी चाहिए तो बंद करके चालू कर दो या सिस्टम को बंद करके चालू कर दो अगर चाहिए तो
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
you can see now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see my
Yes.
screen. You can see my screen.
Yes.
All right. So let's have some brain teaser. You enter a room and on the bed are 2 dogs, 4 cats, a giraffe, 5 cows, and a duck with 3 birds flying over a chair. How many legs are on the floor totally?
4 of the bed.
2 of yours.
Two and the bed. Of course, if
and
we
the bed.
count the bed legs, it's of course
Four.
there. Otherwise, 2.
8 legs.
8
One
legs.
of the
Okay.
4 of chair and
Counting the bed, it
Four
will
of
be
chair and 2
Yes,
legs.
chair is also there.
Yeah, flying
Okay.
over a chair.
8 and plus ourselves. We are entering the room, so that 2, 10. That 2 has to be added.
Exactly. So there are in all 10 legs.
and 2
Yes,
of
you
mine.
got it right. You got it right. Yes. Yes. That was who? Sanjay, I think. I heard Sanjay's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reena.
Who? Sanjay and someone else said
Yes,
10.
also said it.
Manali.
Manali. Okay. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. So let's talk about a girl called Cindy. This is a story about Cindy. She is a student of an institution, and her lifestyle is pretty much summed up over here on the slide. She leads a chaotic. She's not organized. She's not responsible towards her things. She's almost always late for her classes and doesn't seem to be knowing what to do about it. So one day she comes back from school early and tells her mother that she's been reprimanded by the principal of the institute because she's not been able to submit a very important project on time. And because of this attitude of hers, she is shunned by her friends, her neighbors. Everybody pretty much seems to rather, walk away from her company, which is very depressing for her, very irritable for her. She does not like to see anybody. She's all the while at home only. Now, dear friends, the story does not end over here. I would now seek your help to come forward, volunteer, and finish the story for me. I mean, if three or four of you could come forward and finish it for me. The clue for you is the picture on the top right-hand side corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I, Reena? I think
Yeah.
she was have an opportunity to one of these days meet Reena Mathur. She
Okay.
had a great opportunity with the coaching what she gave her as a friend. She
Okay.
started to improve her life, and then she started to get more organized. And the more organized she started to make more friends, had more respect, and started to love. So the
Okay.
whole her lifestyle shifted 360 degrees.
Okay. That was Ishan. Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Ishan. Okay. Thank you, Ishan. Okay. Any more stories?
Yeah, Reena, Alka here.
Yeah, Alka.
So more time she started spending with her friends. She also had sufficient time to spend with her family and her kids. And she started enjoying, she started getting involved with her family. She
Okay.
started taking the studies of her kids, and she started enjoying all these things. And subsequently, she was also finding different ways and means into the media, where she could start her own journey as her own startup. And
Okay,
she
okay.
got into a particular organization where she could start work from home kind of business.
Okay.
She started doing this work from home on her own. That gave her confidence.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. Anyone else?
Me?
Me, Neelam.
Okay.
Yeah, Neelam. Yeah, Neelam.
Yeah. Actually, she's my neighbor, so I asked her to come with me to Dr. Jyoti for depression. So
Okay.
Dr. Jyoti treated her. Dr. Movani is laughing. So Dr. Jyoti, took care of her very well. And then we started some sports, and then she started organizing herself. And now she is very happy. And I taught her my meditation, yoga thing, everything. So now she is very organized and doing well in life.
Okay, good. She's very fortunate to meet all of you. Anyone else?
Rina, on a lighter side, she met her friend. Her friend advised her to get married, so all the depression and irritation was transferred to her husband.
Okay.
Yes, this was a good one.
That's Jayesh. That's
That was a good one, JD. Good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's Jayesh. Okay. Fine. One solution to all the problems, na? Okay. So here we have almost typically everybody is giving the same, replies, stating that she meets with her people, she meets with a set of neighbors, she starts on a friendly note, they give her an advice, she turns to them for some guidance, for some support. So these are all her support group, her internal very core support group, who have been seeing what her plight is, who have been seeing what her condition is. And they in turn have started giving her their own viewpoints about what she could do to address this situation. So you see, friends, what has happened over here is that she realizes that there is a problem with her. And so she wants to help herself. And which is why she has made herself amenable to outside stimulus, to the external environment. She has opened herself up to them because she has opened up the door of her mind to let all this external stimulus come in. And then she has been able to filter them properly and then taken their advice and then chalked a path for herself on that. Somebody has told her to go for meditation, and she has also started some yoga because Smita Man has come into her life and has advised her to do yoga so that she's more calm and not very irritable and not very depressed. She has somebody else, Ishan has come and told her, you please organize yourself to that extent, and she has done that also. So what is this? The first step is that she has made herself ready to accept the things, accept these external stimuli, accept the guidance coming from her core group. So the first step is, my dear friends, towards chalking out your life is that you need to be ready to accept it. So which means 50% of your job is already done once you reach this stage. Let us see a situation where there is a family, there is a provider, there is a man, there is a husband, there is a father who supports his family, all right? And he does his job, and his office entails him to put in about 8 hours of work, minimum 8 hours of work every day. And after coming back from home, he's tired, he does not have the strength, he does not have the ability to connect to other people or to do any other thing. So which means he's not able to devote time to his child or to his wife, who are his core group. And what is it that he feels? He says that there is something lacking within him, that this is his job that is holding him from having a relation, a positive relation with his family, with his child, who needs him, who looks up to his father for support. But that is what he's not able to get. And that is a problem statement here. But then herein is an opportunity for him. He feels, if only I was able to manage my time better, I would have been able to give time to my child. So we have an opportunity statement over here, if only I could. When he realizes that there is a problem, there has got to be a solution also to it. So he turns to his manager, his boss, and tells him that if it is possible for him to lift some work from his and delegate to other colleagues, or delegate it to someone else, or maybe altogether just delete that task, that extra task that he is normally asked to do. So there is an arrangement after a discussion with his manager, and the manager accepts. He says, okay, fine. What we will do is we will only ask you to do certain tasks, important tasks. The rest can be just scrapped or deleted from your portfolio, or maybe delegated to someone else. So which is why, and he tells him his problem, that he's not able to have time with his child, who wants to be with his father, who looks up to his father. And he wants to even share some time with his wife. And the manager also realizes that, yes, we can do this bit of it for him. Now, another aspect over here is, he also does, when he comes back from office, he spends about 15 minutes to 20 minutes of his time introspecting, thinking over what he did for the whole day, what all tasks were done, and in proper format and in time, and what all tasks he was not able to do properly. So he gets that feeling, okay, these many tasks he was able to accomplish, and he feels good about it. He writes about it. So which means that he makes a log of it. Journaling, which is what is called in terminology journaling. He writes about it. He writes about what he was experiencing when he was performing that task, and what he was experiencing when he performed that task which was not up to his liking. So then it gives him a confidence. It gives him a boost to his self-esteem, that here are these particular tasks he was able to accomplish very well. He was in fact even appreciated and encouraged by his boss for having done that properly. And for the rest of the other tasks which he was not able to do, he turns to his colleagues for support, for guidance, for tips as to how better he would have been able to manage that meeting with the client. Whether it required for him to communicate with a particular associate through emails, or he could have simply clarified the issue over the phone, because through emails it would have taken a little bit of his time, back and forth, clarification coming here, clarification being sent out. So that he could have done away with. And then if over the phone, he would have been able to thrash it out instantaneously, which is how he plans out. Finally, after journaling and logging all these things, what he gets is the absolute must-haves, the essential items on his table. These are the important tasks that he's left with to attain that happy, balanced kind of a life. And what are these must-haves? Let us first see. What he can do is, first of all, is look after his health. Because health, to me, I think, personally, my feeling is health is very important for any individual, all the individuals. We are prone to abusing our body. We take it for granted. But friends, I feel that this is one important aspect that we need not overlook. We should give it the topmost priority, because it is almost like sacrosanct. Aham Brahmasya. God resides in each one of us. So it is to that we uphold all the values. this is what the primary importance to each one of us. So when we talk about health, although of course I'm not a health expert over here, but this has been right from the beginning. For a very, very long time, I feel that this needs to be given priority. Health aspect. Please take, it's my sincere request to each one of you, please take utmost care of your health, each one of you, in every respect, wherever you are. Kindly don't overlook these things. And when we are talking about health, there is another important organ, eyes. Nowadays, mostly because of work from home, we are prone to be sitting in front of our computers, our mobiles, almost 24/7, and which adversely affects our eyesight. You see, also it has been said that most of our energy gets dissipated through eyes. So let us take good care of our eyes. This is one of the important organs also, which is a God gift to us. And one can do something like this, say, look into our inbox for emails, assign about two or three times in a day, check our emails. If you have to respond to that time, we can give response then and there, and then shut our computers away, or maybe just go away from your computers. And then maybe after 3-4 hours, come back, check our mails, respond to them. That is one thing. Another thing, mostly what we are prone to, we treat our mobile phones as toys. We need it, while going to bed, and we need it also when we get up in the morning. So my idea is, what we can do is just keep our mobiles away, turn them off, keep them away, keep them in some other room or on the table, and avoid looking into the screen, mobile screen. And another thing, we can also, devote some time towards some hobbies, or some kind of activity, a leisure activity. We can enroll ourselves in some music lessons or art and craft lessons. So these are just side hobbies that we can inculcate, we can develop. All these tasks are there to balance out, give you that well-being, sense of well-being, to balance out and not to let you feel that your things are going out of your control. Another aspect that what we can do over here is maybe look into is also, develop a core group, as I talked about it beforehand also. Leave that communication channel with a support group. Support group means, in a sense, your very close friends, your relations, your neighbors, your immediate family members. Maintain that channel with them. Keep the communication channel open with them. Connect with them on a daily basis, because it is almost like, you are nurturing a plant. So the same way you are nurturing your relationships, that is important for you. Have that support group all around you, because it is they who are going to come to you in times of emergency or in times of crisis.
Miss Reena, may I just intervene for a moment?
Yeah.
The slide I can see is to retain responsibilities. That's absolutely essential, a must-have. That's the slide, right?
Yeah.
Just wanted to check.
And also, because these are, Smita, these are the must-haves that I'm concentrating on. So, which is how.
I wasn't sure if the slide was stuck or you were moving it to the others.
Yeah.
Draw your attention.
So, and another aspect that you can look into is, also go away from the information bombardment that is happening nowadays. Just focus on just one essential avenue, which is your source of information. Do not be bogged down by, all these different channels that are surrounding you all the time. Now over here, what I have done is I have distributed time and distributed as per the weeks, and allocated this to the breadwinner. I have taken an instance of a breadwinner who is performing different roles here. As a father, what he can do, and as a husband, what he can do, as a breadwinner, how his time can be allocated. So as a breadwinner, as we said, that mandatory 8 hours of work is what he will diligently do. And maybe if he wants to earn some more extra money, 1 extra working hour to make extra money, that he can do during his office hours. As a father, what role will he perform? Maybe what he can do is read out a story during the bedtime for his child. As a husband, say, have a time allocated specifically for this kind of an activity with his wife. Maybe they can, in fact, even go out for some dinner or date. He can also go along, escort her for some shopping, important shopping or daily groceries. Tuesdays and Thursdays, what he can do is, as a breadwinner, 8 hours of work that he's putting in. As a father, maybe again he can change his activity. He can devote it playing with a child. As a husband, again a date time. Saturdays and Sundays, since holiday time, so what he can do is he can devote 2 to 3 hours of upgrading himself. As a father, again, playtime with a child, maybe a few hours. As a husband, they can plan out some outing or a vacation, or maybe he can take his wife out on a date. Now, all this is with a focus on the man, or with a focus on the husband or the father, the male figure in the family. What if there is no male figure in a family? It's only the lady of the house and the child. So what could be, I'm leaving it to you people. How could you see this being allocated for the lady? How could her time be allocated between the various roles that she is performing? You all can come.
Okay.
She's a working woman.
Yeah, she'll be a working woman,
Yes,
because if there is no father, if there is no husband around.
And she has children.
Yeah. So how is her time going to be distributed?
I think
over these days?
I think most of the time she should go and look for husband. I think you got everything for your husband in a biased way.
Okay.
I would like to answer this. So Reena, I think as a working woman, and especially if you have children at home, first of all, you must make arrangements that the child is looked after. So a nearby creche or something, so that you're relieved, that you don't have the tension that who's going to look after my child, etc. So
Okay.
nowadays in cities, you have those 8-hour, 12, 15-hour creche. So that
Okay.
takes care of the child. Secondly, she must go for dabba service. Okay, so she
Okay.
doesn't have to cook food and it is delivered to her for lunch. So that saves her time. Thirdly, she must request her manager for flexi time. So only coming to office 3 times a week and the other 3 days working from home.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Agnes. Thank you, Agnes, for that. Okay. Anyone else? What do they feel? How a lady
Hi,
who
Reena.
is the master?
Hi, Reena.
Yeah.
Manali here.
Yeah, Manali.
Just to add to what Agnes said, I think as a woman, everyone, you have a child, you have a husband, you're singing, you're solo, you're single. I think to devote at least an hour's time absolutely for yourself, to at least learn new hobby or at least exercise is absolutely must, with irrespective of what day it is or what week it is. That is very necessary, because all of no bias towards men, but yeah, women have many role, and to juggle between them, you need a little peace of mind, and that just
Okay. Yes.
Well said,
Yeah,
Manali.
and
Yeah.
Reena,
Very
Sanjay
good.
here. I very much,
Yeah,
I very much
Sanjay.
second the thought of Manali, because as the
Okay.
subject goes, like how to be happy, basically how to find that happiness in our life.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody needs a me time, a very, very personal time, which is
Yeah.
introspective in nature. So when
Yes.
that me time is there, I think the things would open up beautifully for that person. And of course, the priorities are always there, as you are already giving us the different content. But me
Okay.
time, very important, very
Me
important.
time. Yes. Yes.
I would
Yes.
like to add, Reena.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What can we as a female do is every month, at least for a couple of days, take break from all your responsibilities. Give
Yeah.
complete time for it has to be a me time where you go and visit a place where you would feel close to nature, whatsoever you like. It's completely me time with you yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No
Absolutely.
responsibilities. And once you are back, it actually gears up with your positive energies and again get back to the track with all the responsibilities to be taken over.
Superb, Deepika.
Venting out.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely,
Very
Deepika.
required.
Yes. 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 So, which is what we are seeing over here, the me time. The me time has to be increased, because most of the time it is we are working. We are trying to figure out how to meet deadlines, how to meet up with your extra work that comes to your table, what to do about it. But then we hardly have any time for ourselves. So that me time is very important. Me time is essential. And that is what we are all here for, to find a right kind of a balance, because most of the time the balance is tilting more towards the work side. But then that is what we need to have. We need to balance it out and get more of that personal time which we require to make us feel good, make us feel good about ourselves, make us feel good about the others also around us. And that is why we find that there's most of the time organization nowadays world over are encouraging employee engagement activities, employee engagement programs on a continuous basis. So, which is all because they realize that there is high attrition rate, and this all adversely affects the output, the productivity of the employee. So to promote the well-being, to promote the good feeling for employees, this is how they indulge in all these, they encourage these activities for them. They encourage interpersonal skills amongst the employees, amongst the staff, which promotes camaraderie, which promotes a we feeling. That means a feeling of belonging to the community, belonging to the organization. And that is how, in turn, each of them will put in their best efforts, put in their best foot forward. And more so on that aspect also, I feel that organizations have done a lot for their staff, for their employees. Nowadays, we also have the paternity leave for fathers to be, so that they can spend more time with their newborn child, with their wife who needs his support. And mostly also more about that, a little on that aspect. There is a need for delegation of work. It is not, everybody is not, each one of us is not equipped to handle every kind of an activity, every kind of a chore. But we have a limitation in terms of mental, social, emotional, physical. So once we know that this is our limitation, this is our boundary, we cannot go beyond that. So that thing can be set, that say we will put in the time till 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, but after that, it is my me time, it is my personal time. And whatever work comes after that, can be addressed the next day or looked into the next day. But then that it is not possible all the time that we stick by these guidelines, we stick by this framework that has been provided. Because it can happen that something very urgent can come up just at the time when you're leaving home. So then it needs to be addressed immediately. But then that means there is a leeway that is being provided. But these are all the guidelines that you want to stick by them. What has been mandated is 50% of your time to be devoted to your work and 50% of your time to be devoted to your personal life. So that way the balance is maintained. But then all the time it is not possible to have the same balance. There could be at times, as I said, there could be at times something very urgent that coming up, and you need to address that. And secondly, we need, as we just saw, that we need to prioritize our work, and that is essential to be organized. And we may make mistakes at times. To err is human. That is our nature. But then not to repeat the mistakes. That is what we need to see. Also, if, as we spoke about just a few minutes back, of having a core group, a support group. So we need, what we can do is we can at times just send out some thank you notes to them. Thank you for being in our lives. So it gives a good feeling to them, and it gives a good feeling to you also. You can make a list of gratitude, saying that I'm thank you for this, I'm thanking you for this, and thanking you for all these things that you did for me. You can set some goals for yourself, long-term goals, short-term goals. And once you stick by those goals, then you are able to accomplish them one after the other without any interruption. And as we have also seen that, you can indulge in, you can take some extra activity, go for nature trails, because being with nature is very soothing and calming. So it provides you that well-being, feeling of well-being, being with nature. You can go for long drives also along with your family or along with your friends, relations.
Reena, 30 minutes is over.
Okay. Yeah. So, friends, this reminds me of, an incident that happened many years back. My uncle, who was stationed in Pune and working with a insurance company, PSU insurance company, at a very high level, senior level. So he had that cloud also. Now, his mother was with him and she was ailing. She was not keeping well for quite some time. And so all the brothers and sisters were, they had arrived at that same place to inquire about her health. It so happened that the husband of one of the sisters was booked for Delhi, by train the next day. So he had, the next day he boarded the train, the designated train. And in the meantime, maybe after half an hour or 1 hour of the journey starting, the wife receives a call from Hyderabad. Now, Hyderabad was where her in-laws were stationed. So she receives a call saying that her mother-in-law has expired. Now, her husband, being the eldest of all the siblings, was supposed to be there to perform the last rites of his mother. But then how do you inform him? How do you convey the message to him? Because he's already boarded the train. And this I'm talking about almost 30, 35 years back, when there were no mobiles. And so connectivity was not there. Now they couldn't have waited for the, for him to reach the station, Delhi station, the next day, and then, convey the information to him. Otherwise, so much time would have got lost. So what my uncle thought. Since he being in, at that post, he could have, what he did was he contacted his DO office and passed on the details of the train compartment and everything to them, and asked them to depute somebody on the platform where the train was supposed to reach at a particular time. So a person was already deputed over there. The train arrived at the platform. The train was scheduled to halt at that platform for about 5 minutes. And this 5 minutes was well utilized by this person to inquire as to, and to locate my uncle. He got connected with my uncle, asked him to deboard the train, put him on a bus for Hyderabad the very next moment, got him the ticket, booked him for the bus, and by evening, say about few hours in the evening, he was there at the place. So why I have given you the instance is because it gives you the sense that how, if you are able to manage your time, you are able to arrive at a particular decision. A quick decision arrived at that time, is well enough, is a situation, you are able to save the situation that way. So that is the moral of the story, that we should be able to manage our time, which is very much required now. So friends, you've been able to see, what all are the, how we'll be able to have a kind of a life that we require, that we have always dreamt of. So any questions?
That was very sweet, Reena. And very, very silently you showed this thank you slide.
I'm a silent worker.
we know. Wonderful.
One question, Reena.
Yes, Ganesh.
Reena, can I ask a question?
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. So basically, I saw the slide where you have shown husband or gents is a bread earner, and then he should share this or spare some quality time with kids and wife.
Yeah.
Now, why don't you add one more, or it could be nice also to include one more combination where husband and wife both are working, they have kids. So how do they balance their life? Because that is also nowadays a fact, right? Husband and wife both are working.
Yes.
Is how to handle or how to manage the time. That's what I personally I want to ask this question.
Yes.
So Reena, just to let you know, you have about 4 minutes more. So you can take the question and wind up as per your time.
Okay.
Reena, Sujoy here. I have one more suggestion. Not Ganesh's idea. Today, as we are a single family, like we might sometimes we stay away from the parents if the parent stays. So as a husband or as a child or whoever, as a male, we have a responsibility to our parents also. Okay.
Yes.
And as it will spend a qualitative times to our parents to ensure their happiness and their needs also. Like for here, the blind example is my mother, who was alone because I never used to give time to her. During the lockdown period, the amount of qualitative time I gave it to her, it made me happiness. Forget about her happiness.
Absolutely.
And that is where he should devote a one particular time to her parents also, to whatever the needs of theirs, but financially, non-financially, mentally, etc. That's my suggestion. Okay.
Absolutely. Yes, Sujay, definitely. In fact, I think this work from home now during the pandemic time has brought people together, has brought the family members really close to each other. I mean, I myself am feeling that now. That kind of connectivity, that bonding, which was not there before. It's got individuals very close. Yes. Absolutely right, Sujay. Yes.
And Reena, Sanjay here, just few seconds. What I strongly believe is that what I have or what I feel, if I feel loved and if I feel happy, I'm able to give only those dimensions to the people around me, and to the I can contribute to the situation who basically what I am feeling. Am I right in asking you a question? Am I right in asking you a question that we should work more towards how we internally feel for ourselves and work more on that to control the situation outside? So am I right about that?
Yes, absolutely. So
Thank you, sir.
which is what Sanjay, which is how, why Sanjay, that we are all working what we saw in this presentation. It's all working to create you, because as I said, aham brahmasya, you are important. So give that sanctity to yourself. Once you get that sanctity for yourself, you will be able to then give out to the others
Automatically. Yeah, it ultimately it radiates from you, and automatically things start getting into place. Yeah.
Yes, it radiates.
You don't need to put much efforts to put things into perspective. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So working fantastic.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Reena, for clarity. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Ganesh, I was to come back. I just remember, Ganesh,
Yes.
I have to come back to you, your point which you had raised earlier, for if husband and wife, yes. And if husband and wife both are working, then as you would recall what Agnes's idea was when she was interacting a few minutes earlier, that she said that dabba service can be provided for, or and the child can be put in a creche. So I think that is how we can look at it, at this situation, if it arises when husband and wife both are working.
Last minute to round off.
Okay. I think that's about it. Yes.
Well,
Yes. Anyone else? Somebody was wanting to say something.
I wanted to just share something that if we are living alone, then it is utmost responsibility of ourselves to develop some additional characteristics so that this loneliness does not bother us. And the first and foremost thing which comes to my mind is the mental health.
Absolutely.
If I am mentally strong, I think I can do anything.
Absolutely.
So like I take this example on myself. I have been living alone for many years. And your slides have brought me to such a level that, oh yes, about some couple of years ago I was dependent on many people, but now I have developed the traits not to depend on others and manage things on myself. Now these additional things have come from somewhere, maybe the necessity of mother of invention, or not like that. So in the critical situation, when the person is alone or having a one child or huge responsibility, the additional characteristics do come in if he looks into this deeply. That's what I wanted to address over here.
Thank you, and that was valid.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
so
and a
much.
big
Thank
round
you,
of
everyone.
for a
Thank you.
very thought-provoking presentation.
Thank you so
Well
much.
done, Reena.
Well done.
Yes, Reena.
I have,
Thank you so
yes,
much.
I have already
Thank you, everyone.
assigned 3 people
Can I
on
go
the group.
first?
Yes, so Ishan, Agnes, and Mr. JD. And the other, may I request everyone to kindly mute yourself so that there's less disturbance. Ishan, you can unmute yourself, please. I'm just see if I can mute everyone. Just a moment. I've done that. So if you can kindly unmute yourself, Ishan. Yeah.
Let me start. I think Veena, very nice presentation. I would like to share it. Start with the humor. I think all the slides which was only for the husband, the whole day schedule. My wife will be very happy. Okay, Monday what I'm gonna do, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Really nice. But I think for us there is a bias on the lady. I think that lady in today's date and time requires much more of work-life balance, because they take care of house, they take care of child, they take care of work actually, and a relationship, family. So I think in comparison, the ladies are much more stressed out in today's date and time. Sorry, I just a little thing. But I think really covered some of the points on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I said my wife and all the ladies who are listening will be very happy. My husband should do this. So, okay, the good points are for the nice background. I really like the colors. That is it. Also, your okay, my wife is already happy about it. She's clapping right now. Okay, what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so nice background, nice color. I like your dress, your presentation, your face, the way you're done up. Very, very good. I know also the whole through the presentation, you did not have any stress. You were facing your own structure, very comfortable, very coordination. That was a good plus. I know in this type of structure, there is a huge amount of information. And how are you going to put, you would have read a lot of things, so much information. So how to palette? What are the things I would invite you to look into it is, there's so much information, there was not so much structure. If you have put up some structure in a way very nicely, it would have definitely made a lot of impact with the visualization as we had discussed last time. Another is it became a little slightly narrative. I was keen about to have your enthusiastic voice. Your voice should come really passionate. So your modulation should also be looked to in a little detailed area. Another very important thing I would recommend, Reena, is the slides were mismatched. I think Smita did share in between. What my presentation, when you're looking into it, I'm seeing something on my screen and you are working on a different thing. That might be a really challenging if somebody is visual and audio both together. That is something I would strongly recommend to look into it. And the last thing, I think there are ours is the first presentation, so everybody will have a lot of pluses, minuses, but this is something also very important. When you started to share something, it came sometimes as a preaching. If you say, I would like to invite you, that word will definitely make a difference. I would like you to try this because it has happened in my life and this made a thing. But overall, I think good work, huge amount of things covered, really related to today's time requirement. And thank you very much, Reena, for taking this opportunity and giving your time. Thank you.
Wonderfully put, Ishan. Wonderfully put.
Ishan, I have nothing more to say.
Ishan,
sorry. I don't have anything more to say.
Thanks to Ishan's wife.
You are somebody, if in our daily life, if there are a lot of problems, I want you to stay with me so I can learn a lot of things. Really good. Really good.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice, Ishan. Very well rounded. And I think you have touched the way of giving feedback also beautifully.
Yes.
Very well. Yes, Agnes, a short feedback.
Yes, or two.
Yes, short one from Agnes and a short one from.
Congratulations! Your presentation was very good. First of all, you're looking very, very pretty and nice. And since I'm into hair and beauty, what did you do with your hair, my dear? You're on mute. Station at Retreat House. So about her hair. So it's looking different.
I manage my hair.
It's looking fabulous. So your whole personality, Reena, is so composed and very, very soothing. And the way you narrated your presentation was also very, it was like a very kind of a friendly conversation. Your topic, work-life balance, extremely in time. So you touched the right nerve. Your first two slides were very, very beautiful. The work-life balance one. Then your two stories on the girl and the guy was also very relevant. I like the way you weak for Ishan. And all the persons for me have a lot of screen time, affected. So that's happened to me. I never had an eyesight problem, but today, after this checked because of this lockdown. And the second thing that was a personal takeaway from me from your presentation was the digital detox. All right, that is so very important to prioritize. So for me personally, I do not look till about 10 the weekend batch. I have to do it earlier. 10:30 I would do all my morning ritual. Come what may, I will look into the phone. unless it's an emergency. So that was very, very nice. And presentation, the only thing was the puzzle. Please take it very constructively, Reena. So puzzle, I did not find any relation to the topic, and the thing and all of that. And everything else, Ishan has very, very beautifully
It was not
done.
supposed to.
So
It
all
was
in
not
all,
supposed to be having any relation with
oh, it
topic.
was not. Okay.
Thank you.
Superb.
Thank you, Agnes.
All the best.
Before I ask Mr. Jesh to kindly speak his mind, may I please request everyone else to go on mute? There seems to be some disturbance. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Jesh.
Good morning, Reena.
Good morning,
presentation.
Good morning, Jesh.
A lot of things have been talked about and given feedback to you. So I just like one or two of that, which is really just to impress upon the calmness, confidence, the poise, excellent. Just very, very nice. Nothing to talk about it. Second important point is that when there was a slight hiccup in the beginning, when your slide was not moving,
yes,
you did not lose your control. You were very much confident. You were still into, into control of your situation. You did not show any sign of panic, nothing. That was very nice. It is very much essential. It can happen with anybody, any point of time when you are presenting. Trainers, this has to have that, and they have shown it very well. Personal story also you brought about your father, although it was late. About your uncle, it was quite late, but that was also good. It has given a good impression. At the same time, a couple of points I would like to suggest more for, because that's why we are all here, and I'm sure you will like to take it in a positive way. One was that you had different slides, but then there was different color combinations, different shades. Something was blue and gray. The table. The earlier one was with some brownish color and blank font. I think that is something which you can work upon, make it more uniform, presentable. It gives a very highly professional kind of impact.
Okay.
There has to be a continuity in that kind of colors and fonts and presentation point of view. So that is one suggestion. The other one is that you could have slightly bettered your angle of your screen, your video. I'm sure you are sitting, but your angle is slightly, you could have made it more exactly in line with it. For example, what Smita Madam's is there, or Ishan's is there, or what I have also adjusted now.
Okay. You can just raise your, that was good observation.
Yeah, slightly option. And you could cover a little bit more of a screen. As of now, you are just about 55 to 60% of the screen area. You could have covered up to 70% by doing that. Third important point is that when you are explaining, your slide was there and Smita Man brought out, but the essential thing is that you should then at that point in time stop the presentation, stop sharing your screen, so that all eyes will be on you. I changed between, I wanted to see you, so I toggled. Maybe everybody wouldn't do that.
Okay.
So in that case, focus will not be on your presentation, your body language. It will be more on the slides. So these are 2 or 3, points of suggestion. I'm sure this will help all of us. It's not just for you, it's for all of us, including me. I'm going to present next Saturday, this time exactly same spot. So maybe this is some suggestion from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Smita, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you for taking on, Mr. Jesh. I was trying to ask Neelam, but I don't think she was looking at the chat. So thank you for saving the situation and coming forward. I really appreciate. After the 3 feedbacks given, I think there's nothing more to speak. Yeah, it's come out so beautifully. The observations are so pertinently picked up that literally I have very little to just add on. And again, what I'll add on is from the place of, again, like the 5-step or the ADDIE, or just in terms of certain things where me as a listener, I'm trying to sort of point out. And also when we take topics like these, how might the listener probably listen is something that I'm going to actually throw light on, because a lot of the other things Mr. Ishan, Jayesh and Agnes have already brought to light. So with your permission, Reena, and this is again, learning for everybody, just to understand that when we have topics like this, which touch people's lives personally, more importantly, their inner, the way they deal with their emotions, it becomes extremely important. And therefore, I'll take this space and time to just throw light a little bit on that. But I have to begin by saying that you have a very, very mellifluous and soothing sort of personality and voice. It's very easy to just listen to you for a long time. And I think that is one strength. And at the same time, I think if you also practice a little bit more on the voice modulation, especially when you're dealing with, suppose you're giving an example, which is a very somber one, then you drop your voice normally. But if it's a fun thing and you're talking about a giraffe and all these people and you're clapping,
the little bits of voice modulation will probably add a little more spice and tadka to your presentation. So maybe we can work on a little bit of that, Reena. But your grace, your poise, the way you conduct yourself, your disposition, that calm that you exude is actually fabulous on a Sunday morning, especially to, you know, get the attraction and attention going. So that is very, very nice, Ms. Reena. And I think this, again, you've been very brave to take a topic like work-life balance. And you say you're a work-life balance specialist because, again, this is a topic which can be very, very dicey, which can be, it's so personal and individualistic to people. And I think I would also recommend, my humble suggestion is that at such points when we take topics like this, we can check and see if we are getting prescriptive on certain fronts. Like, so Ishan said that there was information coming in that, you know, do this or whatever. And what may happen, the danger in that is that when we get a little prescriptive, the listener might say, hey, you don't even know what I'm going through, you know. It's easy for you to sit there and say that. You may have a cushy life on that front. It's not like that for me. So my suggestion is that when we take topics like this, you can talk about your own personal experience of how you balance work and life and what has worked for you, given the SWOT analysis you've done. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses, your opportunities and threats? And therefore this works for you. And how you can invite the audience by giving them a certain matrix or a structure to say, hey, you know, if you look at these 5-6 parameters and try and wedge them into the puzzles, the empty spaces of your life, and see if that can create some semblance of balance. Maybe. So presentations like this, I would invite you to keep it a little tentative. You know, don't give it like a sacrosanct, yes, we are Aham Brahmasmi. But so like I felt your entire presentation had beautiful nuggets of information coming in. You know, each nugget was gold. However, weaving that into a saying, say, take it if you want it right now. If it's too heavy for you right now, just take the smaller nugget and work with it. Something like that might probably help. So beautiful nuggets, but they were not woven together in a very cohesive and a coherent fashion. Sometimes that came across a little strongly. So you can rework on your script and see, what am I saying and what am I giving information about, and trying to be less prescriptive, because my, so for example, to begin with, in fact, in the first 4th minute itself, you got the audience into the story, right? You asked them to appreciate and complete the story. Now that itself was brilliant. When that girl is not able to finish her life and, you know, she's on a cycle and you invite people to finish the story, I thought that was a brilliant move. That could have been your baseline to start taking that example and going ahead with explaining work-life balance. Unfortunately, what happened is when people gave their experiences to you, that, you know, I would do this, I would do this, I would do this, that was left and you continued to the next story about a man and what he does in his office. So at some sense, as a listener, I'm left feeling a little incomplete. Then what happened to that girl's story? Did she finally find her balance? Did she sort of get out of her depressive phase? Did she go back to school? What happened to that? And only because you invited the audience ka feedback and 3-4 people gave you a feedback, I was looking for some structure or some rounding off from your end as a listener. Okay, acha, this story ka end to bataiye. You know, what happened to that girl? So be mindful of that. And that story itself can be your baseline to then take it forward. And you say, you know, this girl did this was the structure she followed. So the core group that she had, the health issues that she looked into, the time of the screen time that she cut down, put it in 3rd person. So the languaging that came out was prescriptive. Look after your health, look after your eyes, it's very important. Rather than that, latch it onto a 3rd person story. So it doesn't look like you're giving us prescriptive advice, because no one likes to, and then latch it on. And definitely as a trainer, when you start or open up an example or a story, please make sure you give it some rounding or completion, because till the end, I'm left with that, "Oh, ladki ka kya hua?" You know, something like that. So be mindful on that front. At that point also, I noticed that till that time, the 10 minutes and the feedback that came in, your energy was at an optimum level. And then your energy sort of dropped. So I was wondering, did you start doubting your own suggestion, or did you start doubting your own story when you brought that man into the picture? I wasn't sure. Like, while, you know, sometimes as trainers, you get that feeling. You start talking, all of you would have experienced this. At some sudden point, you say, oh, no, what am I saying? Main kya bol rahi hu? You know, is this what I really want to say? And your energy drops. I picked that up. Did you feel that at some point, Reena? I just want to check that. I don't know. Maybe go back and check the video. Okay. So I felt your energy dropped over there, and therefore I felt a disconnect from the listener to the speaker kind of a thing. So check what happens. And for all of us to realize that when we practice our script, and even when we are going with the flow in our presentation, there might come a point when suddenly you feel that you're saying something, but your own connect with your script has dropped somewhere. Hota hai, very often hota hai. So catch yourself there and pick it up and ask yourself, if that happens, what will I do to get back into the mood and the mode of the conversation?
Okay.
Yes, so avoid the gyan, like I said, and like I said, also your voice is very, very calming and soothing. But for a topic like this, when you've brought us on a certain level to understand that these things can happen, like you gave the example that that girl went through a depression phase and she couldn't handle. Now you've brought us to an emotional high, hook us there, and then give us that tentative idea to open up and view suggestions for our own rather than getting prescriptive. Because then you'll have the audience saying, you don't even know my life. Like, what are you talking? You don't even know my life, or something of that sort. When I came in to check if your slide was stuck, it was also some sort of an indication, because I wasn't sure if your slide was stuck. Okay. But if it wasn't, then in that stuck slide of what is a must have, there were 5 or 6 examples that you brought in: health, eyes, core group formation, all of that. My suggestion is that over there, put at least a picture.
Okay.
Let it be a narrative along with your slide narrating with you. Otherwise, the audience is getting stuck there like must have, and I'm listening to you and I will lose connect listening to you. So maybe bring in pictures would be really helpful there. Is everybody with me? I'm just taking Rina's example, but this is
absolutely Smita ma'am. Yes, Smita.
So I
thought, either could have been picture or then you could have stopped your slide share and be yourself.
Yes.
So that connect would have been little.
And at such a time, it's the best way to engage audience. Instead of us giving so many gyan nuggets, the best thing is, okay, this is the situation. What will you do? Tell me, what will you? Close the slideshare like Dr. Jyoti is saying, come back like this and discuss with people. Because your slide, like I said, is only an aid. It's only a help.
Yeah.
Actually, don't even depend on the slides. I'm glad you had fewer slides. The only thing I was trying to, and at that point when I came in, I was trying to give you a little nudge to say, remove it, come back on the screen, and that's where you got a little lost. But I think, so I'm sorry, I had to intervene because I said it's going so beautifully, like remove that and come on board, But of course, Now, gender role and gender responsibility is something we have to tread very carefully with. And like somebody brought it up, that now our entire, the life that we lead, it's like there are both people working, there could be single parenting, there could be partner relationships. So in today's day and age, when we put up slides like where we show only the husband as a breadwinner, and he's, excuse me for saying this, but like, is he God's gift to mankind that he only has to sort of divide his time and give time to the wife and to the child? No, it doesn't probably work that way. So a lot of people may feel a disconnect over there. Because if it's a single parent household, single parent with only the father taking care of the children, or an aging parent, or a woman who's trying to struggle, or like he said, both couples working and trying to struggle, joint family systems, there are so many permutation and combinations. So my suggestion and my sense is, when we take topics like this, instead of giving a sacrosanct picture of a particular role, responsibility, especially gender related, open it up to the audience and say, put yourself in the shoes, whatever is your life, put yourself in this grid and see how you can probably get your work-life balance. Because like I said, keep going back to your topic, work-life balance. So where are you showing me work-life balance with every slide and every example that I'm coming in with that? Are you with me, Rina?
Yeah, absolutely.
And otherwise, because I feel you can open up a can of worms. And suppose what happens is that same morning, if somebody's had a bad tiff with their partner, or somebody's had an issue with their child, and they're sitting in your session and you're saying something like, give yourself time for yoga, give yourself time for having
Dr. Mobani, please mute yourself.
Yeah. All of that. It might just set a sense of disconnect, that you don't even know my life. I'm not even going to listen to you, something of that sort, So that might happen with the audience. Okay. And then when we say about you can delegate and you can delegate and you should have a core group, people will be left asking, but how? So always when we give any nuggets of information, always in a session, give them the how. Because people are waiting to go back with a skill. What to do, they can get on the net, they can get by reading, by discussion, that I need to have a core group, I need to balance my time, I need to eat well, I need to, all that to mil jayega. Okay, you gave it in brief. How? Constantly ask yourself, am I giving the how? Am I giving the how? Because that is what I want to take back from any session, and especially a session like this, which is such a brilliant topic. Yeah. Also, when we say balancing life, balancing of life comes in different stages of life. We are all in different stages. So even if I start with a great balance, say when I'm in a newly married phase, or a phase where I've just started working, or I've had a phase which is just a couple phase, or an initial joint family phase, or a nuclear family, then I will move into first child phase, second child phase, illness phase, somebody's sick phase. So our life goes through many phases. So as a trainer, I cannot give you information that on every phase I'll give you a grid. No. How do I develop the capacity and empower the human being to say any phase in my life, you give me these 3-4 pointers to look at, which I can employ and get a balance in my life. So work on that. If you can give me some tools and techniques to employ balance in my life, more than giving me suggestions of what to do in a particular setup of life. Are you getting it?
Nice.
So that is what, yeah. So be very careful there. And the last slide, like I said, always ask yourself that not what's in it for me as a trainer, what is in it for the trainer, listeners to listen to you and say, what am I taking back? What am I taking back? What am I taking back? So that is very, very important. And just that last point to say, please don't ever put up the thank you slide. It's like, who are you thanking? In fact, we are thanking you for giving us time. Are you thanking us that, I didn't think that you would find it important. So who are we thanking? You can say thank you, but don't put up the thank you slide. Like a lot of trainers do that, but I remember being told that is avoidable. What you can put up is a last quote or a last takeaway or a last summary or something that you leave me with. So even what you said, we are all Aham Brahmasmi, and it's up to us, or it's up to our life. Like Rais also put up on the chat, we're only talking about happy feelings, but it's also sadness. So balance your life, balance your emotions, balance yourself, balance your relationships. Something like this as a last takeaway quote will be Sone Pe Suhaga. But please avoid the thank you part of it. But again, extremely brave topic. My God, I would have been very, very nervous to take a topic like work-life balance for 40 minutes. You've done it with a lot of panache, grace, poise, calm, collected. Reena, for your sense of calm and collected and the topic that you've taken, brilliant standing ovation to you. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you so
and
much.
really enjoyed your presentation.
Thank
you. You did not ask how Reena ji felt. I think normally you ask, right?
Did I ask you? Because of the...
Normally. And second,
I always ask.
And second thing, Reena ji still have time to give what has happened to that lady or girl. Still have a time.
Sorry, Reena, my bad. I forgot to ask you how you're... But I think I asked you now after your present, how are you feeling?
No.
I don't know. It didn't come.
I'm so sorry. I think the question answer.
Yeah,
That's why I think I'm. Thank you, Mr. Ganesh, for bringing that up. But I invite you, Reena, to maybe just give us your closing thing of how are you feeling after your presentation and now after all the feedback that you've received. Sorry about that. Yeah.
I'm feeling so relaxed. In fact, since morning I was relaxed. I think this topic itself made me so relaxed all this while.
Okay. Lovely.
I think that, which is what how you have to receive a topic like this.
Yes.
What kind of a feeling it leaves you with is something that I was feeling since morning. Very relaxed. Good. And I knew it. I mean, I knew I would go it at my leisurely pace. I would be able to handle it.
Super.
Because I didn't want that sense of anxiety or all that around, because this topic, as you rightly said, this topic needs to be taken in a very calm
fashion. Yeah, but please be aware of those feedback.
I deliberately got myself into that state since morning. I had a good night's sleep also. I didn't want to be hurrying it up and constantly on tenterhooks. I didn't want specifically for this topic. I knew this topic needed to be handled separately.
Thank you, Mr. Ganesh, for drawing my attention. I'm glad she spoke.
Very nice, Reena. Very nice, Reena.
Big round of applause to Ms. Reena.